Hello, children. Welcome back. Let's start our second part from Glimpse of India. Now, the name of the second part is Coorg. It's a small place from Karnataka district. It is famous for its coffee plantation and its rainforest and spices. So, let's explore this beautiful place. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven. See, this place has been compared with a piece of heaven, with heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. The writer says that this place is located, Coorg district is located between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. It is just as looks like, or it's so beautiful that the writer has compared it with heaven, that it seems that this place has directly come down or shifted from the kingdom of God. It is just like heaven. This land of rolling hills inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. This place, or what type of people, which type of people live here, reside here, or who are the inhabitants? The men who belong to war, like who are warriors, and the beautiful women and the wild creatures are the inhabitant of this land which is covered by hills. Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, is the home to evergreen rainforest, spices and coffee plantation. What are we get here? It is the smallest district of Karnataka, and we get here, we can see here evergreen rainforest, spices and the coffee plantation. Evergreen rainforest cover 30% of this district. 30% of this district is covered by rainforest, evergreen rainforests. During the monsoon, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. During the monsoon, we find heavy rainfall over there, so that the visitors do not visit this place during the monsoon season. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. The place, when there you find it beautiful, you can go and explore this place. Is the best season is from September till March. The weather is perfect because this time the weather of the place is perfect, with some showers thrown in for good measure, and sometimes during this time also a good rain shower is poured. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. The air is filled with the you can say sharp smell of coffee everywhere, because there are coffee plantations. So everywhere around in the air there is a vigorous, there is a sharp smell of coffee, aroma of coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under the tree canopies in prime corners. Tree canopies, the tree which towards the top, the tree which you can say the make the formation of an umbrella type formation trees make at the towards the top. So that is called tree canopies. In the under the tree canopies in the corner, there are the tea estates and the colonial bungalows. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. These people, those who are very strong, very, like you can say, the warriors are generally, very like tough. These people, independent people of Coorg, are from where they have been descended. They have been descended. It is believed that they have been descended from Greeks or Arabs. As one story goes, like according to a story, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. When the return of Alexander's army became impossible for them to for them it became impossible to return. What did they do? They moved towards the south along the coast, and these people married amongst the local, and those people from his army married the local girls, and their culture is apparent in the martial tradition, marriage and religious rites. And from their seeing to their culture, when they married the girls over there from that place, they carried out their tradition, their culture, and the martial tradition, the tradition of a warrior, can be seen, the rituals, the cultures can be seen, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream, which are little different, which are quite different from the Hindu mainstream. The Hindus, which tradition followed by the Hindus, are little different from the people who stay there in Kurg, who live there in Kurg. The theory of Arab origins. Now, one says that's from Greek. This is how their origin is considered to be Greek. Now, how people tell them that they are Arab, this is another story. The theory of their Arab origin draws support from the long black coat by looking at the clothes, what they wear, the costume, with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kudavas, known as khupia. It resembles a kufiya worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. The Arab people and the Kurds, those who used to wear a long coat, it resembles their long coat. The people who stay there, they also wear a black coat and an embroidered belt, a black color belt they used to tie around their waist. By seeing that their costume is in resemblance with the costume of Arabs and the Kurds. Kurgi homes have a tradition of hospitality. They always welcome their guests, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and father. And they have hundreds and hundreds of stories of their bravery to tell to their sons and fathers. The Kurg regiment is one of the most decorated in Indian Army. Their costume is very much decorated in Indian Army. Also, different you can say. Um, Part of the army, different battalions have their different costume, so their dress is the most decorated one. And the first chief of Indian Army, General Cariappa, was also Kurgi, and the first chief of Indian Army was also Kurgi. His name was General Cariappa. Even now, Kurdwas are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. In India, only Kurdwas are allowed to keep a gun without any license. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Kurg. Kurg and the Kaveri river, how it gets its water from the hill and forest of the Kurg. Mahashir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. Mahashir, a fish named Mahashir, is found abundantly in the water of Kaveri river. Kingfishers dive for their catch, and from these words it's clear that the kingfishers are also seen there, while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. The langurs and the squirrels, they drop half eaten seeds into the water to enjoy the splash and the ripple effect created in the water. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their Mahavats. The Mahavat take the elephants to the rivers for a bathe, for bathing. The most laid back individuals become converts to be life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. The people who are said to be very much lazy, laid back life, those people who live a laid back life, they also become very energetic. But their sports, the sports which people enjoy over there, have their the sports are quite adventurous, like having high energy sports they have, like river rafting, canoeing. Canoe is a type of boat. They have a race for that. Rappelling, rock climbing, and even mountain biking. These type of sports, people enjoy these type of sports over there. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. The people who used to go for trekking. There are many places for trekking in this area. Birds, bees, butterflies are there to give you company. There you see the birds, different types of birds, butterflies and bees also. Macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and cylinder loris keep a watchful eye from a tree canopy. These birds look at the persons going down from the canopy of the trees. It means that this description tells us the type of vegetation, the type of animals who are found at that place in Kurg. The climb to Brahmagiri Hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Kurg. When you climb the Brahmagiri Hills, you are able to see a different wide area of the land from Brahmagiri hills. A walk across the rope bridge lead to a 64 acre. If you walk around towards a rope bridge, that path takes you to a 64-acre island of Nisagar Dham. There is an island named Nisagar Dham. This walk across the rope bridge takes you to that island, Nisagar Dham. Running into Buddhist monk from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Balakup is bonus. To see the Buddhist monk, there is a largest, you can say, Tibetan settlement from India at nearby where the name of the place is Baluk. To see them, it's a extra benefit. The monks in red and ochre and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. Those who people used to come to visit Coorg to see the heart and soul of India, they also find the Buddhist monk who are in their traditional costume of red color, ochre is, you can say, rust color, and yellow color robes. That's all, children, for this part. Thank you.